Hello everyone, this is HuskyStarcraft here back with some more StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm 1v1 action. I will tell you about more about that in just a minute, but wait, there is more. I'm really excited to finally announce the $1,000 4-player fan-invited / fan-favorite tournament that I promised to do over probably a year ago. It's probably been over a year. I know, guys. You don't got to tell me. You don't got to tell me. I already know. Basically, for those of you who do not know, when I ended up winning King of the Web because of your guys' votes, it was $7,500. I promised that I would donate $6,500 of that to the charity Child's Play, which I did do that quite a while ago. But I still had the $1,000, and I'm finally happy to announce the tournament, and I'm calling it the Postponed Tournament. But of course, that is spelled with a PWN. And look, my creative side was not strong today. And if nothing else, though, it is giving a jab at myself for taking so long. It took a little bit longer than I had hoped for. So either way, I did a poll on my Facebook and basically asked you which players would you like to see in the tournament, one from each race. And I'm really excited to announce who the winners of those polls are. Representing Zerg will be the Little One. Representing Protoss will be White Ra. And representing Terran will be the Muslim. And I know you're saying, Husky. Well, actually, if you're talking to your computer, that's kind of weird. But, you know, I'm not going to judge you either way. But we'll just pretend that you are saying, Husky, who's going to be the 4th mystery player? Well, as I had originally said, I am going to be picking that 4th player. However, I have been trying to get your guys' help all from the beginning on this, not only with the votes, but also on picking the players. And I have set up a poll right now. Hang on, actually, let me see if I can bring it over here. There it is. I set up a poll online. There's going to be a link down below. You only have 1 hour to vote after this video is uploaded on what race should the 4th player in the $1,000 postponed tournament be. Okay, I read that totally out of order, but whatever. Currently, Protoss is at 479, still raising the bar there with 38%. Zerg is at 447 with 36%. That is super close. Terran, where am I Terran at? They're currently falling behind 26% there. So the link is down below. Whenever this video goes live, it is a 1 hour countdown to go vote on that. So click the link. You don't need an account or anything. Literally just click the link and it'll take you to the thing and you vote and then you go to bed. I don't know what you're going to do after that. But either way, go vote on that, guys. Let me know which race and then I will pick whoever I want from that race. And it will be a $1,000 tournament as I was mentioning before. And basically what that means is lots of money for very few games. Now, I'm still working on the format of the tournament. I'm thinking of possibly doing, it basically be a 1-group tournament where it'd be 4 players. They play a round-robin style and maybe best of 3, something like that. And then instead of eliminating 2 players right away, have the highest-ranked player play the lowest-ranked player, and then the 2 guys in the middle play each other. And then we'll see who ends up taking the money, taking the gold, taking the minerals, taking the scratch, taking the cash, taking the cheddar, taking the Clintons, the Clintons? Yes, taking the Clintons. Either way, taking the Benjamins. But it does look like right now that this game is actually going to be relatively passive overall. And how do I know that? Because I can see the future, obviously. No, of course it has to do with the command center already going down on the low ground. That is super early. We had the factory on the way, and usually there's not any super early game pushes that are going to end the game. Normally what you're going to be seeing here is between 2 to 6 Hellions that are either trying to deny creep, deny drones, or even kill off larvae. That's always an option there. If there's really nothing else for those Hellions to do because of early defense or something like that, they could try and go for larvae. That's actually really, really rare, though. So basically, it's going to be up to Nerchio to either set up some sort of wall in and block it off with a fatty queen. Sometimes you'll see 2 queens, or go for early roaches, or just get lots of lings and try and rely on really good micro there. So those are going to be kind of his 3 viable options. Does decide to go ahead for a 3rd base right now. Not super early versus Terran. This is actually completely standard. Queen over here. Hey, you're slacking. You better get puking all over that hatchery. There you go. God, I hate it when queens don't puke when they're supposed to. So it looks like the option may be walling in here, but having that 3rd base be exposed could be a little bit of a risk just because those Hellions, yep, there they are right now. 2 more Hellions are going to be on the way. And are these ones going to... Are they trying to spot Overlords? I'm actually not sure why they're going multiple angles. Maybe to actually spot Baneling timings, Roach timings, things like that. He's trying to intercept those. And also, he's got to go around the watchtower anyway. He wants to reveal these Hellions as late as he possibly can. So that's actually kind of cool there. He is definitely keeping an eye on hidden bases, hidden tech, and things like that. And you may be saying, Husky, there's no way you can do hidden tech. If there's an awkwardly placed overlord somewhere on the map and there's early lair tech, you can hide tech. I've seen it happen before. Seen TLO do it at least, where he hides a spire somewhere in the center of the map that you would never scout as Terran. But either way, we do have the 4 Hellions out now. They're going to go ahead and kill off that 1 Zergling. This is going to sound the alarms. I mean, the Roach Warren was already on the way, so you know there should be some units here to help defend this. I don't really anticipate these Hellions doing that much damage. We should actually have 6 Hellions, it looked like, based on his build. Yeah, there's going to be a couple right there. They're being a little bit derpy because they're kind of trapped in the base, so Kaz here unable to get those guys out of there. It is going to poke up here a little bit with these Hellions. You can see that Hellions do actually do quite a bit of damage to the larva there. Not able to fully commit and take those out. But anyways, I kind of want to introduce our players. Up on the top right side is Nerchio, who is really good, doing really good in the Zotac Cup. So this is actually a new Zotac Cup. I cast one very recently where Nerchio was just raffle stomping a bunch of noobs. But this is a new Zotac Cup. I believe Zotac Cup number 169. Can you believe that? That is so many Zotac Cups there. So I always like to give them coverage. They don't have the biggest prize pools, but considering that they've done 169 of them, that definitely adds up. So a big shout out to the brand Zotac for always sponsoring these things. I think they've been around since Brood War as well. Definitely don't get enough credit for the work they do. So big shout out to them. But this is a new one. This is actually the finals. So Kaz deserves to be here. Nerchio obviously deserving to be here since he did so well in the last one. And Kaz, though, going to be giving him a run for his money with these Hellion map control units that he has out right now. Now, one thing I'm interested to see is, yeah, what are all these Marines for? It's actually going to be a timing attack right now. We do have a 3rd command center going down behind this, so even if Empire Kaz loses this army, he's actually going to be okay. There's one thing I always say about Terran. Actually, I'd probably say lots of things about Terran consistently, but one thing I do say consistently about Terran is that they are terrifying on 3 bases. I feel like 3 bases, if I were to play Terran competitively, I feel like I would always just try and hit 3 bases. You know, if I only have 2, that's fine, but if I get to 4, that's beautiful, where 3 is the perfect number just because you can do crazy aggression for the next 10 to 15 minutes right now. It does look like that's exactly what he's going to do right here, but it does look like there are enough roaches to begin holding this off. No banelings in sight just yet. The roaches, though, are going to be able just to march right in this. Got to watch out for the Widowmine, though. We'll get 1 decent hit there. It kills off 1 or 2 roaches with some decent splash damage. I think that Nerchio will be able to hold on and pushes this away. Those units do load up and get out of there. Those roaches are in no way ever going to chase that army down, especially considering medevacs are just so fast. You do have the Pooping Overlord over here, which may sound actually just disgusting, but even though it is, he at least serves 1 job, which is just to poop. Just to poop. I don't know what it is with StarCraft 2, but Zerg, man, they make so many pooping noises. They puke a lot. They poop a lot. I feel like we really got to know something special about Zerg here. It's kind of like the college years, I feel like, is really who should be playing Zerg. But for now, we do have the Marauder Slow going to be on the way. We also have the Siege Tanks, Marine Marauders, Factories, Armory. Lots of stuff going to be on the way. Actually, I'm kind of surprised, in all honesty, to see another factory. That's kind of interesting to me. He's got the 1 factory already going, but another factory is in production. So I'm guessing he's going to be going for either Bio-Mine or Bio-Tank, which is Marine Marauder, and then obviously Siege Tanks or Mines, or a little bit of a mix of both. But with the Marauder Slow on the way, that's actually an interesting choice. I think he's deciding to go ahead and go for that since he saw those roaches. The Marauder Slow can be useful, and also Marauder Slow can be very useful versus Banelings. If you're being chased by a very long line of Banelings, you can kite back and back and back by slowing those frontal Banelings. Frontal Banelings, ooh, that's a disease you don't want. But anyways, you can use the Marauder Slow to slow that down and makes it much more effective. And Empire Kaz does have really good micro. I will give him that. I've seen it before. His bio control, pretty top notch. We'll see if he can actually do that versus Nerchio, who is actually gearing up for an attack right now. You can see lots of Spore Crawlers here, so he can be defensive with those. He can move out of the base at the same time. But considering we have Baneling speed, we have 2-2 on the way, we have 20 Zerglings, and where's this Spine Crawler at? I don't even know what's going on with that thing. There it is right there at the 3rd base. But anyways, this is going to be a timing attack from Nerchio here. He's got a huge supply lead. He's got pretty decent upgrades, and he's got to have an upgrade advantage once this hits. And oh my god, 40 Banelings on the way. If this is not an attack, I don't know what is. And really, he's just trying to hit here around the 14-minute mark to try and make something happen. Keep in mind that Kaz has all of his units here at the third base, so that means if he attacks the natural, that Nerchio, that is, if he goes for the natural, these units are completely out of position to defend. Are there any units back at home for defense? Not really. They're all rallied up to that third base here, so I don't know if going for the third base and trying to crush the whole army is better, or trying to go for the natural and attack while the army is out of position. My heart says natural. The sensor tower here, this is going to be like that scene from Aliens when all the aliens get into, all the xenomorphs get into the sensor tower range at once. It does look like Sly Depot's narrowly raising in time and will begin destroying the gates here. A couple of Banelings can easily knock that down. Indeed, he does. Careful on the choke point. Oh, God, he's actually going to back up here literally at the very last second. There's going to be that Marauder Slow trying to save the day, but really it's mostly up to the Marines here with outstanding micro there by Kaz. Got to be able to hold this off. 1 or 2 Baneling hits would have ended this game, but that is not going to be the case just yet. A couple of Lings here trying to intercept these siege tanks. Is he going to be able to save it? No, actually picks it up there with the medevac. Going to be able to save that. More reinforcements could be on the way, but they're actually rallied at the tower here. These are going to be the last guys there. I don't think these are going to be able to do all that much. No, he's got to go for that tank. That poor tank on the high ground narrowly escapes death with 4 HP. Oh my God. This tank, even though he only has 1 kill, he has seen some stuff. He's probably, I don't know if we're going to be able to keep track of him. We'll probably end up in a medevac or something, but we'll keep an eye on our siege tank, who probably has some traumatic stress disorders there after that. How close that got. Oh, lots of splash damage there, though, taking out 2 more tanks. That little counterattack there actually ended up being worth it, I feel. Killing off those 2 tanks is huge. Overall, though, you can see that this is going to be favoring Empire Kaz. Nerchio definitely behind in that regard. There's our siege tank friend. He's just hanging out. I feel like siege tank pilots should have beards. I'm sorry. Now that I think about it, I feel like there's something severely lacking in a world where siege tank pilots do not have beards. I'm disappointed, guys. Wouldn't this guy look amazing? He'd look like a dwarf if he had a beard. But either way, we're going to be having the drops move out. I believe this was actually spotted by Nerchio. If not, it should be spotted right now here by these Lings. Yep, they're going to go ahead and intercept that. Is he paying attention, though? That's the real question. With so much going on in the game, it can be difficult to keep track of those drops. Yep, it does get spotted. Whoa, don't want to drop down there. One thing you could actually do, though, is drop individual Marines to try and activate those Banelings, because 1 Marine for 1 Baneling tends to be worth it. It is much better than, like, 12 Marines for 1 Baneling. That's for damn sure. Now, we do have Infestors going to be on the way. Pathogen Gland's going to be upgrading those Infestors, making it so they can fungal growth kind of right out the gate. This is a lot of stuff. There is no 4th base, though. It is on the way right here. I believe that one of them was canceled at some point, but it is now being reconstructed. And you can see the high ground siege tanks right there. Actually, the siege tanks have a very strong position right here if they do decide to go for that. Oh, Banelings, though, going to be cleaning that up. A big siege tank shots on those Banelings. The 2 armor reducing that splash damage down substantially. At the same time, there's going to be a drop over here at the 4th base, I guess, is technically what this one is. Not sure which one completed first, but either way, it actually looks like Nerchio is getting really, really greedy. And as I was mentioning before, tearing on 3 bases, non-stop aggression for the next 10 to 15 minutes here. That's what we're seeing underway here. Looks like the Queen will narrowly clean up these Marines over here, and a potential drop over on the right side. So lots of action going to be taking place right now. Both these players doing everything they can. Losing a base right there, though, not going to be good for Nerchio. Big scan to make sure there are no Banelings here. You may say that is not a big scan because he didn't scan anything, but Zorgling's actually going to be going in here. Huge bungles on this army. Can Kaz actually micro through? It looks like he is indeed going to be able to there. Banelings trying to get some big hits, but even though the surround was good, oh God, that fungal right there, devastating. Got to be able to kill off lots of stuff right here. Trying to get splash damage with those Infested Terrans. Not going to quite happen. Actually, this one Infested Terran's going to be doing a little bit of damage. The Lings here are going to be reducing the siege tank count substantially. Is it going to actually be enough here to clean this up? At the same time, a drop over at the 4th base is commencing, and the 1 hero Ling over there absorbing just enough damage to buy time to save that Queen, and the base will be safe as well. So Kaz trying to kill multiple bases at once, only able to get 1, but that's going to be worth it. And guess what? At the exact same time, he's got his 4th base on the way. He's got the orbital command on the way, and if that finishes, I fear for Nerchio's chances of actually killing it off. He needs to be heading that way pretty soon. Does he actually know about the base, though? That is the real question here. Technically not via the map. He's got to know that the 4th base is on the way pretty soon, but you can see right here that the push out for Empire Kaz right now looks pretty terrifying. The splash damage with these Banelings is not doing as much as they need to. That 2 armor keeping the Marines alive. The medevacs with a severe amount of energy right there, actually just being able to heal those guys time and time again. Really needs to kill off that 4th base, though, because Empire Cause would actually be totally fine here if he was on 3 bases. Might end up losing a lot of these siege tanks in the middle, though, and indeed they do go down. The Lings, though, do take some pretty intense damage right there. It does look like some of those units will be saved, loaded up in time, and I think our siege tank friend is he's probably long gone at this point. It was nice knowing you, though. It was great knowing him. He's got to go ahead and siege up at this location. However, it's got to be the 4th base that's under siege here. The Ultra is showing up just in time. This is not enough Lings to kill it off, but with the Ultra mixed in, he can do lots of splash damage to those workers here, which is going to be that one Ultra's job. But guess what? This base up here now under attack as well. Kaz not relenting on the attack, but it does look like the Ultra here will be able to kill off that planetary basically by himself. Will eventually get taken out, but at least that base did go down. The army over here, though, does need to get cleaned up. A handful of Marines taking out an Ultralisk. Could go for the Infestor as well, but it looks like the Lings should be able to deal. The Lings here as well do have 3 armor now, which is a very, very important upgrade. We do have 3/3 done for the Marines, which is way more important. And we do have the Adrenal Glands upgrade for the Zerg, something we don't see very often. Makes those Lings attack much quicker. Even though visually it's kind of hard to tell, they do attack much, much quicker. So just getting them on top of the army is going to be important here. Another nice fungal at the top of the ramp. Is it going to be enough, though? We actually chained that second fungal a little bit early here. Unable to do maximum damage, and Kaz is able to micro through those fungals once again. Definitely not something that's easy to do. Kaz going to be pushing down this ramp, and the Ultras right now, they do get a good angle since there's not enough of them here. I feel like Kaz, with basically pure micro alone, is able to win this game. I mean, not to say that his build was bad, but his micro was just that good. Look at this, already preemptively splitting up his army. He knows the only way that Nerchio is going to end up winning this game is if he gets a perfect engagement with the perfect fungals here, and that's got to be what he tries to do, or at least get the good angles. There's just not enough stuff here. The split is way too intense. Causes micro a thing of absolute beauty. I feel like he's giving the Muslim a run for his money right here, and it does like he will be pushing up this ramp and be able to take out one of these extremely precious. This is basically the Lord of the Rings ring right here. This is how precious this base is, man. He needs to keep that alive. Now he's going to lose his macro hatch, which I actually really like the placement of this macro hatch, which is a really bad time to say that he's going to end up losing it, but it does allow him to reinforce his bases almost evenly, which is pretty cool. But either way, Cosman with Bio Tank able to crush through. And it's interesting because a lot of times you see players go for Bio Mine, but he's deciding to kick it old school with Bio Tank. A big fungal there. The Ultras might actually be able to do the damage here. If there was just a couple more Ultras, that would actually be a good choke point for Zerg, which is not something I say very often, but those units were trapped by the Siege Tank. And 2 to 3 more Ultras would have cleaned that up. I just don't even know that that would have been enough, though. And unfortunately, Ovi, the Overlord down here, trying to harass him by himself, but all he can do is poop. And you really can't do that much harassment when all you can do is poop. So unless it's real life, I guess you can harass someone a lot with poop. But either way, it does look like the Marine Marauder have cleaned up all these bases, whiffs on the fungal. I mean, it kind of was a whiff. He grabbed the medevacs there, which was nice, but they're already out of energy anyway, so they're basically flying paperweights at this point. And at this point right now, even good fungal is not going to be enough. The Ultra there getting tons of kills, 8 kills on that Ultra before he finally falls. The one Marauder was like, well, I lost all my friends, but either way, he can celebrate with the GG. But before you go, guys, make sure to go vote on the poll. We're almost at 1,500 votes right now. And tell me which race you would like me to pick for player number 4 in the $1,000 postponed tournament. And remember, since the tournament was so heavily delayed, I'm going to be donating an extra $1,000 to Child's Play, bringing the total to $7,500, and also still doing a $1,000. I'd like to think of it as a donation to the StarCraft 2 players that you guys know and love. So they will be there and should be a ton of fun. So let me know, guys. 26% Terran, 38% Protoss, and 38% Zerg. The link is going to be down below. You don't need an account or anything like that. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next time. Go click the link, won't you? It's not a virus. You don't have to sign up for anything. You don't have to send me $10,000 unless you really, I mean, if you want to. I mean, I guess you can find a way. But carrier pigeon is actually the best way to send me that much money. I mean, really, there's no risk involved when you strap money to an animal. Maybe think about it. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next time.